Hello my friend, and how are you doing? And next I like to show you that how to repair this engine error code, what is P0420, like P420. And I have now made in here writings in this my car's desktop, and there are those my comments that how we can repair this defect code in our engine. And this defect code is really bad, and if you can get this defect code in your car, then I recommend that you should think that this defect can be really costly. And I have now made in here some those cost estimates that how much it costs to repair this defect code 420. And now this is like in Toyota cars, these basic Corolla cars, and then when we have bigger car like this big Toyota's V8 gasoline engine, then we can like double or triple these costs. But this is the basic idea, and also this idea gives to idea that how we can repair that defect. And first defect, what we normally we should to start to repair in our car is these sensors. And in Toyota cars there is these two catalytic catalyst these sensors, and they are different. Remember that first sensor measures fuel amount in air, and it is in my hand. This is like AF sensor, and it is easy to remember that this fuel sensor is always in the most nearest of this car piston. And here we have this piston, and piston is part where this gasoline goes out when we are running. And that means that normally when piston is moving and engine is running, one hole, what name is intake hole, there goes 100% fuel inside in that area. And then when this spark plug gives this fire and there is this engine running and this explosion, then this exit hole, what is this exhaust manifold, where this exhaust gases goes away, there is also this gasoline, and this amount is about, in my estimation, about 10 to 20% of this gasoline goes out. And that's we need to have this AF, this fuel sensor, what measures in here that how much we have this gasoline what goes out in this piston area. Okay, and this is useful info. And then my recommendation is that we should first replace this AF sensor when we are repairing this 420 defect. And that part cost normally, if we go to purchase that in new one cost about $200. And then we can get this in used when we go to purchase in some recycle center like in California area. In Los Angeles there are those shopping place and those small factories what disassemble these cars, and they recycle these used parts, and then this sensor can cost something like $50. And it is still useful that we can use that. And then we have next part is this catalytic converter, but it is the final part. And then we have this second sensor, and this sensor is oxygen sensor, and this is now different sensor, and this measures that how much this our catalytic converter can generate this oxygen. And this oxygen is gas what we use when we live in this planet. And that's this sensor is so important because this sensor measures that how this our catalytic converter works. And that sensor cost also in new one about $200, and in used, if we go to visit like in ebay.com, we can get that like $50 in US. Okay, and then when we have replaced those two sensors, first this fuel sensor and then this oxygen sensor, and still if we have this issue, then we have final part. And this is catalyst, and this is the most expensive part to replace. And it is good that before then we replace these catalyst converters, we can also try to clean that catalytic converter, because this part is so expensive car spare part that this cost about $1,500 when we purchase a new one, like almost $2,000. And if we have big engine, V8 gasoline engine, that catalytic converter can cost about $4,000. Okay, and then this is like the final one what we are planning to replace, because this is so expensive part. And this is actually really interesting part, because if we have used part like I have in my handle, this is also possible to sell in some people, even that this is scrap, like that this is totally full of this engine oil. And oil normally destroys this catalytic converter. If we have really oil burner, then this catalytic converter can be bad. Okay, and we can get these old catalytic converters in USA about $30 to $60 when we sell those parts in some recycle company what recycle these parts. Because why these catalytic converters, why they are so expensive and that people are willing to buy these parts even that they are used. There is reason that this part is full of these valuable metals like gold and palladium and so on. Those very rare metals what we need. This is like almost gold bar in small scale. Okay. And then when we have replaced this fuel sensor and then oxygen sensor, and then final part is this catalytic converter, and then I can guarantee that everything should be fine. But in same time we have to actually in first step we have to check that how much this our car consumes oil, engine oil, because like in that my case, this my car, it consumes engine oil, and that's this my catalytic converter went bad. And that's if I need to do this repair. Firstly, I have to repair also maybe my engine, that I have to stop this oil consume and oil burning. And how much my engine can consume oil? About half liter or 1 gallon per 1,000. This is 5,000 miles. It is like 1/4 per 5,000 miles is this consume, or this half 1 liter engine oil per 10,000 miles. 10,000 kilometers. Like that, our engine it can consume like 1/4 engine oil per 5,000 miles. Sorry, this bad language. Okay, but this is this information, my friend, and I hope that this helps you a little bit in the forward. If you have that issue, that you can start to investigate that how I can repair this my defect code and how much it costs. And thank you.